I'd like to welcome our special guest this hour, Joe Cagle. Joe is from Arab, and he's a musician with his first EP. Most of you know Joe from his work as a reporter for the Advertiser Gleam in Guntersville. Joe, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure, for sure.
Well, congratulations on the release of the EP. During our conversation, I'd like to find out how that came to be and also how you came to be a musician. When did you start playing, Joe?
I guess I began playing guitar when I was about 14, and the singing came along at about the age of 16. There was some frustrating years that first few years, but I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did because I don't really know what I would do in my spare time if I didn't know how to play the guitar.
Now, was that in Arab when you started?
It was, yes.
You grew up in Arab?
I grew up in Arab, 2009 graduate. My wife and I live in Guntersville now, but yes, most of the songs that I still play today, I wrote upstairs in my bedroom in Arab. Yep.
Well, it has eventuated in the release of an EP. Now, an EP is a collection of extended play songs, say, about 4 or 5 songs?
We've got 4 songs, yes. Mm-hmm. 4 songs.
The first EP. And tell us how that came to be.
Well, as most of you may or may not know, the Mosleys, Philip and Mary Lynn Mosley, they own Mosley Monogram, and Chad, Philip's son, and Lee, his other son, talked him into a few years back to open a studio in the back. And I just so happened to be the first project. I came to them with Dogwoods, and they really liked it. To my surprise, they really liked it, and they wanted to record it and wanted to get it done, and then one thing led to another, and we did another song, and ended up with these 4.
Now, they have a really professional studio right here in Guntersville.
Yeah, they do. It is. It's very nice, and you'll hear the quality of the studio once you hear the songs, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Can we impose on you to maybe give us a little advance listen to
absolutely
some of the songs? What about the title of that EP, Dogwoods?
Dogwoods, it's the third track on the EP, and that song kind of came from where I grew up in Arab. We've always had I know people. There's dogwoods everywhere, but that for whatever reason in my yard at my house there's dogwoods all in the yard. My granddad actually had planted a dogwood for all the grandkids that were born on his property. So dogwoods has always been in my family and just reminds me of the family and being at home, and we just kind of felt that would be the best thing to name the EP, and I like the decision. I think it fits well.
Let's give it a listen.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you find me in a house by the sea, waves and beautiful free, but I'd still think of you and me. Yeah, I still know. Oh, I still know I wanna live where the dogwoods grow. And if you find me in Alaska, so wild and free, the northern lights they shine, and it's enough to blow your mind. Oh, I still know. Yeah, I still know I wanna live where the dogwoods grow. Where the dogwoods grow, the petals fall like a springtime snow. Where the dogwoods grow. And if you find me floating on a breeze so free, heaven's gates they've shown, I guess my life has come and gone. Yeah, I still know. Oh, I still know I want to live where the dogwoods grow. Where the dogwoods grow. The petals fall like a springtime snow. Where the dogwoods grow. Where the dogwoods grow, yeah.
Oh, that was great. Dogwoods, the title of the new EP. A great song, Joe.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been one of my favorites since I wrote it, and I'm really, really glad we got it put down and recorded and produced like it was. It turned out really well. We're happy with it.
And speaking of we, who exactly is the band? Who are we?
Okay, so it's obviously myself, and then we have some help. Our bass player, who you hear on the EP, his name is Tim Dixon, who's actually a Guntersville graduate. He lives in Tuscaloosa now. We've been playing together for about 8 or 9 years now. We met in Tuscaloosa. So he's been playing bass with me for a very long time. And then Judson Murphy, who's also from Guntersville. No, excuse me. He's from Arab. People in Guntersville may know of him through, he's in another project called Spare Change. You may have heard of Playing Around Guntersville. Right. He's the guitarist for that band. And we grew up just two houses from each other. So we've always known each other. Drummer is Kevin Kinnemer, fantastic drummer, does really good studio work. And then I have to add the Mosleys, Chad, Phillip, and Lee, all have helped with backup vocals, and Lee even plays bass with us a good bit when we go out and play.
They work on both sides of the glass.
They do, yeah. They're phenomenal musicians, and Chad has gotten to be a really, really good producer, and they're itching to start playing some music again. I know they are because they've been working on this for so long. But, yeah, it is a team effort. There's no doubt about that.
Now, Joe, I know you've played all around. Where are some of the places that you've played across the South?
Well, we really have primarily stayed around here. And when I was in Tuscaloosa, played a good bit around Tuscaloosa with a few different projects, just trying to stay sharp, playing music. And we've played in Birmingham. You know, we play a good bit around here. We're getting ready for a show at the end of the month in Huntsville that we're excited about. Huntsville's becoming a pretty good market for local singer-songwriters, and then we hope to start expanding into, you know, the cities and towns that are around us, Chattanooga, Nashville, obviously. We're looking to start expanding what we've got. Now that we've got the EP, we feel like we can really get out and really promote this thing and really get to playing.
Now, where can the audience get a copy of the EP?
If you want a hard copy, come to one of the shows. Come to one of my shows. If you'll go to my Facebook page and like my Facebook page, Joe Cagle Band, you'll see all the places that I'm playing, and I'll have a copy of the EP with me. You can go to Mosley Monogram and pick up a copy. That's always an option. And if you want to hear it online, iTunes, Spotify, we really like you to check it out on Spotify. If you don't have Spotify, it's free. Download it, go find us, follow us. It's on there too. So many different platforms that you can listen to it.
So we heard one song. We heard the title track from the EP, Dogwoods, a moment ago. Joe, how about playing one that you're really known for? Another one that you wrote called So and So.
Yeah, So and So actually predates Dogwoods by many years. So and So is probably one of the first songs I finally got written and got it down and really enjoyed playing it by myself. And then I started playing it out, you know, to friends in high school and that sort of thing. But So and So was about growing up through high school. And when I wrote it, I kind of thought, well, it's a good song, but it may kind of be a dead-end song because it's about that. Well, it's actually become a song about life itself as things change and you change. And, you know, just 5 years ago, I was a student in Alabama, and now I'm married with twin boys. it's life is awesome. And that's kind of what this song is about. It just changes, and as you change, you think back to when you were younger and your younger days, and that's just kind of what this song's about.
Let's give it a listen, Joe.
Sounds good. Summer goes from fall to winter, and so and so. And people grow, and times roll on by, and so and so. Oh, so and so. Yeah, 'cause I wanna run around outside in the pouring rain. And I wanna get a grass stain on my blue jeans. Oh, so and so. I want the keys to the car with no place to go. Yeah, 'cause I wanna grow up, but not lose what I had when I was growing up. So and so. I wanna run around outside in the pouring rain. And I wanna get a grass stain on my blue jeans. And I want to grow up, but not lose what I have. Oh, so and so. Oh, won't you take me back? Oh, take me back. Oh, so and so.
Beautiful song, So and So. Joe Cagle, who's with us this hour, and we're hearing some songs from his EP called Dogwoods, and that's on the Cellar label, which is right here in Guntersville.
Yes, sir. Cellar Studios, downtown Guntersville.
That's where it was recorded. Joe, can you fill us in on some of the influences that you've had musically over the years?
Well, to begin with, I picked up a guitar because I was 15 and all my friends were picking up a guitar, so I thought, sure, I might as well. And I was really into the classic rock standards at the time, Leonard Skinner, all those guys. And I actually started playing an electric guitar to begin with. And I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't find the passion that I thought I was going to have for it. So I sat it down for a while, and then I discovered Dave Matthews. And 2 days after I discovered Dave Matthews, I took that electric and got an acoustic, and I've not looked back since. So Dave's been a very big influence on me, probably the biggest. I've seen him in concert too many times, spent too much money watching him in concert. Other guys too, though. John Mayer is another guy, and a lot of country. Very big Johnny Cash fan, very big Hank Williams Sr. fan. Those guys, songwriting-wise, it's just some of their stuff's the pinnacle of songwriting, in my opinion. And I try and I like for my songwriting to be not out front. Does that make any sense? A little you got to kind of think about it sometimes. But at the same time, I like people to relate, and that kind of comes through with the Dave Matthews thing, and then you got Johnny Cash. Like, Dave wants you to work for it. Johnny Cash is going to tell you exactly how he feels. I like the mix. I like to do a little bit of a mix on that.
Did you write all the songs on the EP?
Yes, I did. Yes,
all
sir.
of them. We've heard Dogwoods. We heard So and So. And how about the other one, Lights and Sounds? Tell us about that.
Yeah, that song. It's the second song on the EP, and it may kind of catch you off guard because every song on the EP is very acoustic except this one. It's all electric, and I showed it to Chad. Chad really, really liked it. Chad Mosley, and he said, we really need to put this one down, and we even had the idea, what if I play electric? And said, sure, yeah, sounds good, let's try it. And we did that song in one take.
Oh, no kidding.
One take, yeah, and the song's kind of about two different things. I always had everybody has that idea of, I'm going to move off to New York or LA and get famous, and well, what becomes of you if that doesn't work out? How are you going to handle that situation? Also, where the song came from, my wife and I were in New York City one time, and we were staying at this hotel up on the west side. We wanted to really experience actual New York, and it was late. She went to bed, and I wasn't really ready to go to bed, and I don't know if I should have done this or not, but I found some stairs to the roof, so I went on up there to check it out, and it's amazing how one of the biggest cities in the world can be so quiet, and it really struck a chord with me, and that's kind of where that song originated, and like I said, the other idea as well.
And today you're going to play it on an acoustic guitar.
Yes, it'll be as it was first heard, on an acoustic. Yep.
Let's listen to it. Thank
Absolutely.
You.
The boy said, save me, it's a cold night in New York City. I'm on the rooftop, liquor's my courage now. I thought I'd found, but the lights don't make a sound. The girl said, save me, there's an earthquake in Los Angeles. I'm on the freeway, just losing my courage now. I thought I'd found, but the lights don't make a sound. Lights don't make a sound.
Great song, Lights and Sounds.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving us the context of the song being written. That's very interesting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, I love telling the stories of the songs. It's just sometimes it all gets jumbled up in your head. And Philip Mosley, he's been a big coach for me because he loves to tell stories about a song, and he's been a big coach of mine, saying, tell the story, make sure they know the story. So I've been making sure I want to hammer that point home.
Well, for those that have just tuned in and are just now enjoying Joe Cagle live here on WGSV, Joe, you recorded it right here in Guntersville. If they missed earlier when you were telling us about that, where did you record the EP?
Cellar Studios, and in the back of Mosley Monogram. Like I said, they've got a very nice studio back there. Chad does a wonderful job. They all do a really super job of production, and we had a blast making it. There was some frustrating times, I'm not gonna lie, but we got through it, and I think we've got a really good EP. We're happy with it.
And it's on their debut label, Cellar Records.
Yes, it is.
And available at Mosley Monogram. And also, you can hear it online, can't you, Joe?
Yes, Spotify and iTunes as well. And like I said, I encourage anybody that does not have Spotify to download it for free on their phone. Follow us. It's as easy as that. And check us out on our Facebook page too. The Facebook page is under Joe Cagle Band. Mm-hmm. So check that out. Also, give us a like on there, and there'll be links to where you can buy and where you can listen.
And you'll keep people posted about where you're performing?
Oh, yeah, always. Yes, I always like to keep people updated on where I'm playing. I'm usually playing locally by myself. So come out and enjoy some laid-back music, and I'll play these songs that you hear today.
Very good. And speaking of these songs, can you tell us about the one called Old Jim?
Yes. We put it last on the EP because we thought it really ended it well. It's a fictional story that I came up with about, just plainly put, an old guy that makes moonshine and runs it around North Alabama. Because growing up here, you always hear stories about that, and it's been so romanticized over the last century, making moonshine and just the spirit of being an outlaw, whatever that is, and that's kind of where that came from. Really no more. It's just a fictional story about a guy trying to make a living illegally.
Let's give it a listen, Joe, if you will.
Yeah,
play it for us.
Absolutely. Wasting time with mountain wine, born in a holler with a long beard and a blue collar. Oh, with a blue collar. Sturdy as an oak, with a pack full of smokes, a man named Jim, and the God that cleansed his sins. Oh, he cleansed his sins. Old Jim's running through the valley. Old Jim's running from the law. He never runs on empty, and he won't get caught. No, he won't get caught. He won't get caught. That mountain wine, you call it moonshine, born in the fountains of those American mountains. Oh, those American mountains. Old Jim's running through the valley. Old Jim's running from the law. He never runs on empty, and he won't get caught. No, he won't get caught. Oh, he's just a running. Oh, and he won't get caught.
Old Jim, that's one you wrote. How did you come up with that?
It really wrote itself. Just like I said, stories that you hear, especially in this area of the world, about really our ancestors. Really, really in this area of the world, and you hear stories. They're passed down all the time, and I just like the idea of that old kind of southern feel with the mountains and the trees and the rivers and all that good stuff. I'm definitely an Alabama boy.
Originally from Arab, now from Guntersville.
Sir.
Joe, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us
you.
kind of a sneak preview of that EP, which will be released very soon.
Very soon.
We'll have a copy of it and be playing the songs from the EP. But thanks for giving us kind of an advanced listen to what to expect. And again, for those that would like to get a copy of it, what could they do?
Please visit Mosley Monogram. There are hard copies there, the actual CD, artwork and everything. It's a very nice looking CD. You're not just going to go be handed a CD. It's very nice artwork, everything. Spotify, iTunes. Please check out all the platforms. Like I said, please keep up with us on Facebook, Joe Cagle Band. And as always, too, anybody that would like to send me a personal message on our Joe Cagle Band Facebook page with their email address. That's always a good thing to do, too. You can stay up to date that way. Feel free to do that. And other than that, look for me out playing, look for me with the band, and pick up a copy of the EP when you come and see us.
Absolutely. Joe, thank you so much. It's been so much fun. A real pleasure to have you in the studio today to play some of your music and tell us about the EP that'll be coming very soon.
It's a pleasure. I really, really appreciate you letting me do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe Cagle.